A new official trailer for Zack Snyder's Netflix movie Army of the Dead has been released. We got an extended look at the main characters, the film's plot, and all of the zombified heist action that was promised by the Justice League director. In this video, I'm going to be diving into what we saw and giving you my general thoughts on it. I will also leave a link in the description to the new Army of the Dead trailer if you haven't seen it already. But if you want to see any of my future content on the films of Zack Snyder, along with my topical videos and breakdowns for his other work, like Justice League and Watchmen, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Also, if you enjoy this video, remember to give it a like rating. But without further ado, let's dive into my breakdown and thoughts of the new trailer for Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead. So the first full Army of the Dead trailer has now arrived, and it offers a more complete picture of the landscape that Snyder is planning to unleash upon Netflix subscribers. We've learnt recently that the origin of Army of the Dead Zombie Outbreak will be covered by a prequel, and the trailer opens with the apocalypse in full swing. Fortunately, it seems that the undead in this film are contained within Las Vegas, as we learn that the humble Lucky Boy diner is going about its business unaffected. But the trailer introduces Dave Bautista's protagonist, Scott Ward, but not necessarily in the environment you'd expect. Rather than camouflaged and wielding a gun, the character starts off by going about his daily business, working at the diner. Evidently, Ward was once a highly skilled operative, carrying out the most dangerous missions, but the trailer opens with the hero and his team enjoying peaceful retirement. But of course, this doesn't last very long. Scott is visited at his diner by Hunter Bly, played by Hiroyuki Sanada from Lost, Mortal Kombat, and Westworld. Upon Hunter's arrival, Army of the Dead's premise begins to emerge, and apparently, being a man of influence and wealth, Hunter is offering $50 million to Ward for one last job. After establishing the basic plot, the trailer takes its time to showcase Zack Snyder's gorgeous cinematography, with a helicopter flying over a sunset, an elongated rural road, and a run-down shack. Snyder serves as both director and cinematographer on this film, so it's no surprise to see his trademark tools in all its glory here, reminiscent in some way of the DCEU's nightmare sequences. But getting into the Army of the Dead's background and its characters, the trailer begins to show us Dave Bautista's character experiencing a moment with what appears to be a military medal and tears streaming down his face. Whatever significance the item may have, it's clearly a painful reminder for the character and possibly the reason his team separated in the first place. Despite the blood, guts and great action, what stands out to me is the emphasis on the emotive role for Dave Bautista than many would have assumed from a zombie flick. Scott receives a set of blueprints to a big safe, and he begins to quickly recruit his old friends, calling into a warehouse to pick up a new character named Cruz. They share a drink, and Scott offers her a place on the Las Vegas heist. Bautista's character refers to all those people we saved, presumably during their time in the armed forces, and says the team should do something for themselves for once. Next of the main cast to be revealed is Omari Hardwick as Van der Rohe and Raul Castillo's Mickey Guzman, with the team rapidly coming together. On gas pouring duty is Tig Notaro as Marianne, alongside Kate, played by Ella Purnell. Kate does stand out in the trailer's Las Vegas sequences, where the rest of the team are in various combinations of tactical gear, but Purnell's character appears to have arrived in her own clothes. You can see that Snyder is building a range of characters that will share great chemistry between each other and individual growth, making the visceral action and shocking moments hit that much harder. With the team more or less in place, Scott, Cruz, Mickey, Van der Rohe and Marianne line up alongside Ludwig to be briefed by Hunter on the planned heist. Proudly unveiling a scale model of the target hotel, it's clear that no expense has been spared getting Scott's team ready for the robbery. A voiceover from Hunter confirms that there's $200 million in the vault beneath the strip, and he also specifies a 32-hour window to get in and out. The reason for the time limit isn't made clear, but these are potentially big details that we'll find out in the film. Following this, Ludwig is pressed up against the door of the Las Vegas safe, twirling the combination and listening intently. This scene would suggest that Ludwig is the team's safecracker, explaining why he, out of all of the group, looks most uneasy fighting off the undead. Ludwig's role could be connected to the German blueprints glimpsed earlier in the hands of Scott, and perhaps he has some connection to the manufacturer. As we progress though, the trailer makes no secret that Scott's crew will reach their destination in Vegas, as we see a shot of the outside hatch being blown apart with explosives, revealing the safe inside, and after some intense work from Ludwig, the gang walk inside a vault filled with piles of cash. The mission's success being revealed in the trailer proves that getting the money won't be the gang's real challenge in Army of the Dead, and that getting out alive will be the real one. However, I'm sure that there will be some stressed themes for the film, with it being a Zack Snyder project, and this is something that definitely gets me excited for the director returning to the zombie genre. However, when we meet the next major character, Lily, who isn't present during Hunter's briefing, she seems to hold a position of command, hinting that Scott's crew will team up with another military faction before the chaos begins. This ties into Lily appearing to know more about the undead zombies than anyone else on the team. She's likely one of the soldiers responsible for keeping Vegas and its new residents contained. And speaking of trying to keep them contained, we do see plenty of zombies. The entire strip is full with them, and strangely, one of the undead is standing perfectly still upon the crown of the Statue of Liberty, watching our heroes enter the blockade of shipping containers that surround the infested area. Lily explains how these zombies aren't necessarily what you'd expect. They're not slow or mindless ones looking to infect unlucky characters. Instead, they're fast, tough and intelligent, comprised of alphas who are the leaders and shamblers who are the followers. More than anything else, this speech proves that Army of the Dead will be a distinctly different zombie movie compared to the usual approach. Zack Snyder might have just created the most formidable zombies in cinematic history, and one of the more impressive action sequences demonstrates this, with Dave Bautista having a knife fight with a zombie, managing to dodge every single strike he makes. Army of the Dead's standout moment with the zombies, however, is the dramatic arrival of a zombie tiger. This is the trailer's second undead animal after the horse, and demonstrates how the human zombies are able to command their animal counterparts even from the grave. The tiger's CGI is impressive here, considering how difficult it would be to pull off, and one can only imagine how such a powerful threat will be utilised in action sequences. We'll have to see, but I'm extremely excited to see where Snyder takes them and builds out his world. But that was my brief breakdown of the new official trailer for Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead. I thought this new footage was a brilliant showcase of what the film has to offer, including a great balance of characters, story and zombie action. Like I said, I'm sure there will be bigger themes at play when we see the film, but the approach on display here is something I have to praise. I'm really liking the stylistic approach alongside the colour palette that Snyder has used to capture this, and I'm intrigued by how the story will develop and unfold in the film. We'll have to see if it delivers, but everything so far really does look promising. Let me know down below what you thought of this new trailer for the Netflix movie, alongside your perspectives on what you think Zack Snyder's directing approach will be. For more videos on Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead, then subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Also, if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like rating. Just to let you know, in the next few weeks I will be uploading a video essay on Snyder's 2009 film Watchmen, so keep an eye out for whenever I post content on his previous films too. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been Cortex, and as always, make some noise.